Guys, well, today's topic is something to do with parenting skills. So basically, this video is for parents. Plus, it's also for the young people. They will gain knowledge from this video so that when they get married in the future and when they have children, they'll know what is right and what is wrong with regards to some of the parenting skills. Now, so I would request you all to show this. If parents are watching this video, well and good, and if young people are watching, they can also show this video to their parents so that everybody gains knowledge as far as what are the right kind of parenting skills. Now, today's topic, as I told you, it comes under parenting skills. In fact, the right way of parenting skills. And in that, I'm going to cover just one part or one issue or one topic, and that is the topic's name for today's video is parents, don't be overprotective over your children. You know, if you check Google and just type on top the negative side or the negative the negative side to overprotectiveness by parents, a lot of links will come and a lot of points. You'll see a lot of points out there, but I'm going to focus only on one point today, just one point, and that is when parents are overprotective over their children, they actually think that they care for their children and they love their children, and that's why they are overprotective over them. But unfortunately, that overprotectiveness actually in reality destroys the confidence level of the children. So overprotectiveness is never good. It's never good. I can understand parents can be a little protective over their children. That's okay, that's fine, that's natural, but don't be overprotective. Now, I want to give two examples, real-time examples of people who met me for counseling, and their confidence was completely shaken up because their parents were overprotective over them. So let's start. The first incident or the first case was a couple of years back. I had just taken a session in one of the reputed colleges in Bangalore for the PU students. Those who don't understand PU, it's a standard 11 and 12, and so I took a session for them, and later one of the PU girls gave me a call and told me that she wants to meet me. She has some issues, and as a counselor I'm always there to guide the youth and families and all issues. So I told her, okay, fine, we'll meet up, and we fixed a time and a place for meeting, and she came and she met me, and she was just sharing her life, and as she was sharing, she almost broke down and she was just crying. And the reason was she just passed first PU and went into second PU, and in the first 2 months in second PU, she could not make even one friend. She always used to sit at the back, always nervous, always lacking confidence, full of fear, not able to make friends, and she was just talking and crying. And as she was sharing, I came to know that the main reason behind it, and the main reason was that her parents were very overprotective over her, very overprotective. In fact, if she had to leave the house and go out to buy a packet of milk or bread for the house, she was not allowed to go alone. Either her father or mother would accompany her, or her brother would accompany her to get that food item for the house, but she was not allowed to go alone. It reached that level that the mom and dad or the brother would actually hold her hand and make her cross the road. And this slowly destroyed her confidence level completely. completely. And that was the reason she was not able to make friends, always lacking confidence, not able to take decisions, etc. And while she was sharing and talking with me, in the end, I told her, okay, fine, let's do one thing. I want you to go home and tell your parents that I want to talk to them. I want to come home and talk to them. Friends, usually I don't do this. I only go home for family counseling if those families or the family or the parents or the couple, whatever, if they call me to their house to counsel any of the family members, then only I go. I never take the initiative of going myself to those families for counseling. I don't. Usually I don't. I only go when they call me. But in this case, it was a very exceptional case, and I felt in my heart that if I don't go to talk to their parents, to talk to her parents, then gradually this girl's confidence level will be completely broken up, and she will find it very difficult to cope with life. So it was more, it was like an exception, and I had to go. So I told her, tell your parents that I want to come home and talk to them. And she said, are you sure? I mean, if you try to correct my parents can get angry at you. They can, they are very rough, and they can actually kick you out of the house. I said, don't worry about all that. I go with a lot of prayers, and usually people listen to me. So just tell your parents that I'm going to come home and talk to them. She said, okay, fine. And then she went home and she told her parents that, I want to come home and talk to them. They did not say anything. They said, okay, fine, let him come, we'll talk. So the next day, I went to the house, and the parents were there in the drawing room. The daughter was also there. I told the daughter that, you please go to your room because I want to talk to your parents alone. So she said, okay. So she went to her room. And here I was with the parents. The parents were, sitting on the sofa, and I was sitting opposite to them. And you won't believe, I literally pointed my finger at both of them and told them that you parents have destroyed your daughter's confidence level. That was my opening line. And they got so shocked. They didn't know how to react. Imagine, I'm a stranger coming from outside is telling the parents that they have destroyed their daughter's confidence level. They were shocked. And it was God's grace that they did not react, and they said, okay, so what's the matter? And then I told them, I said, your daughter is 16 or 17 now. Why can't she go out and fetch a packet of milk or bread? Why? Why can't she go out and get it alone? Why do you have to accompany her? Why do you have to accompany her to college? Fine, I can understand when she was a kid, you used to drop her to school. That's okay. Or when she was a kid, you accompanied her to the market to get milk or bread. That's also okay. I understand that. But now she's a young teen. She's 16 or 17. And you being so overprotective about her, gradually you're destroying her confidence level. And it has reached to this stage that your daughter, the last 2 months in second PU, she's sitting at the back of her class, attending all the lectures, and she's not able to make a single friend. She's not able to take decisions. She's not able to mingle with people. Lack of confidence, fear. And I went on and on and on and on. And then they realized their mistake. And they said, we don't know what to say, but we feel that probably God has sent you to our house to correct us, because as parents, we thought it was out of love, but we never knew that we are actually indirectly destroying our daughter's confidence level. So we did it unknowingly. We made this mistake unknowingly. So can you give us a solution? Can you tell us how do we rectify our mistake? I said, sure. I said, that's the reason I've come. I've not come to shout at you. I've come to correct you to show you your mistake and give you the solution as how you can get your daughter's confidence level back. They said, okay, you tell us, whatever you tell us, we're going to do. I said, great. I said, the first and foremost thing, from tomorrow, let her go to college alone. Find out the bus number and tell her, this is the bus number. Go by bus to the college. And once you reach college, she can call you back and tell that she has reached. Now, this will also help her to become more responsible, because after reaching a place, she's informing her parents that she's reached that place. So, it brings that sense of responsibility in her, which is a good thing. Same thing you do when she goes for tuition in the evening. When she's going for the tuition in the evening to her tuition teacher's house, tell her the bus number, that this is the bus number, this bus goes to your tuition teacher's, that area, go by this bus, and once you reach there, give me a call. That's how her confidence level build up. Slowly, make her go out, do small errands. If you want bread or milk or something like that, ask her to go out and whatever, whether it's you want to get stuff from the bakery or from the market, let her go, get the food items on her own and come back home. And once you start doing this slowly, her confidence level will start building up. And they said, okay, fine, we'll do that. I said, please do that. And they started sending the daughter alone, slowly, gradually, short distances. And by God's grace, in around 6 months' time, her entire confidence level came back. And she was doing well in college. Well, this is one incident. Let's take another incident. Around 2 or 3 years back, I don't remember the exact year, but around 2 or 3 years back, one of the working, men, he called me. He was working in an office. He said, I've heard about you. Can I meet you? I said, fine. And I'm from Bangalore, and his office was also in Bangalore. And we fixed a time, and he came to meet me. Now, I remember very clearly, I was waiting at the bus stand for him, and he got down from the bus. And from the moment he got down from the bus, and from there till where I was standing, it was around 15-20 feet, I believe, I could see him actually, shivering and shaking. And when he came, and when he shook hands with me, his hands were shaking. And I definitely knew that there was something wrong. Anyway, we went to a restaurant and we sat down, and this is what he told me. He said, you see my condition right now, that I'm shaking, I'm shivering, and the reason is, right from childhood, my parents were so overprotective about me that I've lost all my confidence level. And if I tell you the story, you really feel sad. And this is what he told me. He said, when he was a kid, class 1, class 2, class 3, when he was a kid, there was a playground just opposite his house, but he was not allowed to go out and play. And the parents used to put a grill, lock the grill inside the house, and he could not go out and play. You know why? You may laugh at this, but this is not laughing matter, because many parents are actually making this mistake. The parents did not allow him to go out and play because they thought that if he goes out and plays, he's going to fall down and he's going to get hurt. And that's something they didn't want. They didn't want their children to get hurt, or they didn't want their son to get hurt. And for that, they did not allow him to go out and play. Can you believe that? And yes, that's happening. And that's the reason I thought it very important to create this video for the parents. Those parents who think that by being overprotective, they are showing love and care for the children, are actually destroying their children's confidence level. And that's what was happening with this boy. And as he was growing up, when this boy was not allowed to go out and play, as he was growing up, by the time he reached class 6 or 7, his confidence level started breaking down. He started having fear. He could not mingle with people. He had very few friends. And even though, even if some friends were there, slowly the friends started leaving him, and he was feeling kind of isolated. Somehow he finished his studies and graduation, and then he got a job and he went to office. Now in office he's facing the same thing. His colleagues don't like him. He has, I mean, his confidence level is almost like zero. He's not able to take decisions, and that's the reason he met me. And I felt very sad meeting him and talking to him. But then I told him, I said, it's okay. God has led you to meet me, and I'm telling you, if you cooperate with me and cooperate with whatever I tell you, in around 6 months to a year's time, you will get your entire confidence level back. And he said, okay, fine. And then from then onwards, I started meeting him outside, talking to him on the phone, motivating him, giving him some steps, how to go about and all that, and how to increase his confidence level. And it took me almost 6 to 8 months, or probably a little more, to help him regain that 100% confidence level. And today, by God's grace, he is doing much better, and he is successful in life. Parents, I want you to understand this. If you become overprotective over your children because you don't want your children to do that work, and you want to do that work for them, you know what you are doing? You are not giving the opportunity to your children to develop their own skills. And as a result, those children go through life with lack of confidence. I want you to understand this. Overprotective parents are sending the message to their children that they are not capable of doing a job properly. Or sometimes those parents don't allow their children to do that work because they don't trust in their ability or in their decision making, which is very wrong, which is very sad. So rather than being overprotective over your children, teach them the skills, how to deal with people, how to deal with situations. On the same lines of overprotectiveness, I'm going to tell you something else. Over pampering. Couple of years back, I used to go to one family once a week to counsel a drug addict. And one day when I went to counsel him, he has an elder sister who was working in a company, and I saw, and this sister of his is 27 years old, and I saw the mother feeding the daughter with a spoon just before she's going to office. I thought it was a one-off case. I thought, okay, fine, probably one day she's feeding her, it's okay. But the next couple of visits to that family to counsel the son, I always saw, and I used to reach at the same time when the daughter was about to leave for office, and I used to see that every time the mother is feeding the daughter. Come on. Such kind of over pampering can destroy that child or that young adult's confidence level. If a mother or a father, feeds their children, grown-up children, once in a while or once in a blue moon, it's okay. I can understand. They're doing it out of love. But as a habit, if you keep on feeding a grown-up adult, then, when will he or she learn how to eat himself or herself? And how will he or she know how to multitask? That, okay, let's talk about this girl, that she has to eat fast and she has to, catch a bus or cab for office, and she has to go to office, and, she should learn how to multitask. But how will she learn this skill of multitasking if the parents are over pampering her and they are overprotective about her and all that? So come on, parents. It's still not late. It's still not late. Well, I completely understand. You mean good. You think like by being overprotective or by pampering, you're actually, you're loving your child or you care for the child. But please, I want you to understand that the reality is something else. Being overprotective or over pampering your child is not a sign of love or care. You are actually directly or indirectly destroying their confidence level and making their personalities very weak. So I hope and pray that this video has woken you up, and you can still change. It's never too late. Don't tell yourself that, oh, okay, I made this mistake, but it's too late now. My son or my daughter is in class 10 or first PU. No, it's never too late. There's a saying in English, better late than never. So it's never too late. You can still stop this overprotectiveness and this over pampering and all that, and teach them the skills. Teach them the skills, the life skills. Teach them all the skills which they need to be successful in life. Teach them, rather than being overprotective about them, rather than pampering them, teach them the skills, how to deal with situations, how to deal with people, how to deal with failures, how to cross the road, how to mingle with people, how to say no where they're supposed to say no. Teach them to be assertive. They need to be assertive. Teach them. They should learn how to say a no when they're supposed to say a no to something. And all these life skills, you got to teach them. And if you need any help from my side to guide y'all, because I take a lot of parenting sessions for parents. If you want me to guide y'all, take down my number, call me. If necessary, I'll come and meet you. My number is 988-01-62-325. I'll repeat it once again. My number is 988-01-62-325. You're most welcome to contact me and get more insight into this topic. And I'm always there. This is my godly assignment. I'm always there to guide and help teenagers and parents and couples and show them the way towards peace and happiness and take them forward towards God's blessings. I'm always there. So, before I end this video, I hope all of you all have learned something today. Let's end this video with a word of prayer. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for speaking through me and telling the people that overprotectiveness is bad. Protectiveness is still okay because parents, they care for their children, they are a little protective about them. That's okay, that's natural. But being overprotective is wrong. And I hope and pray, Lord, that you've spoken to them through me. Yes, Father. And if they need any further guidance on this issue, Lord, I pray that you make them contact me. As you have given me this assignment to guide people in all these issues and take them forward towards peace and happiness. So make them contact me so that I can guide them and help them and their families and their children to move forward into a life of God's blessings. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for speaking through me. I ask this in Jesus' name. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.